Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.
All right, let's talk morons. Whack 100. I can see where he gets his name because he is whack. The allegation that Pooh gave up information in this case is so idiotic. Even when he's reading it, DJ Academics is saying what a moron he is. It is next level how stupid he is. Now, if we're saying he's just doing it for clout, if we're saying he's just doing it for views, I would think, okay, that's an excuse. But it really isn't. I really do think he's very stupid. So, long story short is, Pooh Shiesty, Lontrell Williams gave up no one. Absolutely no one. We never cooperated with the government whatsoever. The paperwork that he's reading is that our defense was that we blamed the alleged victims, that the victims were trying to hold up and rob Pooh and his crew, and that's why the guns came out. The victim said, I don't have a gun, I never owned a gun, and through our investigation and the evidence, we found not only did he own a gun, he had a firearm box in the trunk with ammunition in the trunk. Both of these alleged victims were total liars, totally full of shit. And that's why, instead of getting 10 years, the judge gave him under 5 years for a shooting case. Not because of any kind of, he cooperated. He didn't cooperate with shit. What was cooperation was the amazing work of his lawyer, me, along with Sam Zegane. I don't want to forget Sam. You see my clock in the back. You know what time it is. I don't want to forget my friend Sam because Sam assisted in the case, but absolutely not one single defendant in that case flipped on anybody because there was no one to flip on. They said Pooh was the shooter. They said one of the other guys was the shooter. None of them flipped on anybody. We all went ahead with it. We took the plea, which I wanted to go to trial. I thought it was a good trial as well, but we took the plea and the judge ended up giving us just under 5 years. And with good behavior and an RDAP program, he got out in about 3 and change. So Whack 100, just to recap, Whack 100 is a moron. And what he is reading is as stupid as it sounds. That is all for now.
That the victims were trying to hold up and rob Pooh and his crew, and that's why the guns came out. The victim said, I don't have a gun, I never owned a gun. And through our investigation and the evidence, we found not only did he own a gun, he had a firearm box in the trunk with ammunition in the trunk. Both of these alleged victims were total liars, totally full of shit.
That's what we do. The street people lie to law enforcement. The victim said, we ain't had no guns. You telling me, Brad, the smart guy, not gonna call you out your name, you and Pooh decided to tell the truth. The streets don't tell the truth, Brad. Earth to Brad. Anybody home? I really want to call you out your name, but I'm not.
Wow, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, guys. Just some Pooh Shiesty's home. Grandmama say she don't like the dreads, but he's home. But we have a lawyer that's done spoke out because of some accusation that Whack 100 had spoke on him. And they were talking like this before Pooh Shiesty even got sentenced way back when it first happened. So they're just re-stimulating and recalculating it now, saying that, I guess because he got a proffer. OG, you there? I mean, this here kind of stuff. I mean, what's the big deal on every time from Big Meech to whenever somebody get out, they got to be considered a snitch? What is that?
I got a dog in that fight. That Yankee that's trying to make the defense for what was said is a snake oil. That's a salesman. I mean, what he said has no validity, and the victims was the victims. So what can you say?
Correct. I mean,
it's no credibility. It's no credibility to the lawyer or the excuse he's making.
Correct. So at the end of the day, if you look at anybody that you tell me all the time, if they, when they go to jail or whatever, they telling everybody pretty much most of the time if they copped a plea. But here's the thing. When you go in there, if you go to prison or whatever, and now you got to deal with judgment, either you go into trial. If you don't go to trial and you cop a plea, is that telling?
But on this case, how is it telling them when you the only one to go to jail?
That's what
you told on yourself when you pled guilty. You said you did it, so that's you told on yourself. But it was what his attorney is trying to evade to that the victims was trying to rob them. Then he goes back, well, how you going to try to rob somebody without a gun? Oh, they went in the trunk and found a gun case and some shell. That's not a gun.
All that's just crazy backwards talking. But the problem is he shouldn't even be on here talking.
I don't know what kind of bird brain attorney it is for even to try to debate something like that. He's an idiot.
Exactly. I think it's crazy that I look at both parts of it too, though. Why are we even talking? Pooh Shiesty home. He did his time. I think he got out on 3 years instead of 5 is what I'm seeing. He's over there celebrating, minding his business, dealing with his family. Why are these guys even so caught up in the he told, he didn't tell? I think it's just a plot, bro.
That's what we do in the media. Whatever you can, that's for sound bites and likes. When I ain't got nothing else to say, I'll say anything. But to dignify that with a response, if something was said, and now it looks totally suspicious when you find out that somebody, like I say, Pooh Shiesty is the world's dumbest criminal. To jack somebody for some tennis shoes and to leave $40,000 and make a getaway in a private jet, man, that's F-Troop for real. And to shoot somebody, one of the victims was shot in the butt, allegedly. And you didn't get but 5 years? Now, I don't know. That caused a red flag to me.
Well, Boosie sends a tweet out that says, "Welcome home, Shiesty. Stay solid. The real don't get saluted enough. Get your money and out them people's way." So that that there's a few people that basically spoke out when Pooh Shiesty come home. Another one was Gucci Man. Welcome home to the real one, my ninja. Pooh Shiesty, the energy different now. Same hustle, new chapter, Shiesty back. Free the only way it's supposed to be. Real ones never fold. Time to shake the streets up. Whoop, proud of you. So, and then he goes out, he buys this humongous chain today. I mean, he's celebrating, man. And I don't think he really cares what they doing. I mean, once you've used your attorney...
Well, he hasn't responded. Why is this dumbass lawyer saying anything?
Exactly, but that's one thing about it. Even my lawyer now, if he came out and said something about what we did in trial, what does it matter? I don't even fool with him like that no more. I'm not running around hanging out with my attorney after all this is said and done. Matter of fact, I paid you too much. I go to tripping on mine. You know what I'm saying? I paid you too much for what I end up having to do. Times have changed now. So Pooh Shiesty's still on federal probation. He ain't finna respond to none of this at all.
What's going on, man? How you doing? He don't have to.
Nah, he ain't finna respond to none of this. And I just don't feel like, all the talking and all the stuff that's being said is crazy as hell, when you first come home. But it's a known track record that everybody that comes home, OG, it's always gonna be some backlash, some this and some that, and that's just the way it's gonna be. It ain't gonna be nothing else but a lot of trying to get, like you say, some sound bites, some views, some likes, and that's and this is the thing that we have to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
Like I don't know what kind of crackpot attorney, whether he's trying to doing some ambulance chasing, making himself feel like he was such a good lawyer, that you were such a amazing lawyer, you got him under 5 years and he didn't do this. You sound like an ambulance chaser to me, because the quickest way you put out a forest fire, you cut off the oxygen. So for you to even entertain somebody as a qualified white attorney, you sound really stupid, bro. What's his name? Brad?
Yeah, Brad. Now, another thing, what you call him, Yosemite Sam?
That man and that Yankee talking about, I ain't got it. Pooh Shiesty ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing either. You and that Yankee and him talk.
Already. So, like I said, just a lot. It's all, when somebody get out of jail, and you just go back 10 years ago, did you see everybody coming to try to clout chase off their release like they're doing today?
10 years ago, we didn't have podcasts.
So this whole game is just a game that's being played to play off of whoever goes to jail, whatever goes down. Like I said, my thing is to congratulate, not hate. When you get out, I'm happy you made it home, because you could have died in that place. We all know what we're dealing with when you're in there. If you've been through there, it's a blessing just to even be able to make it out. So when I see it, I'm not tripping off of them. No way, no how. I'm like, okay, you made it to the crib. But is it, and I'm gonna ask you this before I let you get off of here, man. When it come down to the rules of snitching or talking, is it different between, according to the geographical places, to the demographics, to where you at? Like me being in the South, y'all rules may be a little different on the West Coast than the East Coast.
Ain't no rules. The weak inherit the earth. Every buster can say what the hell ever they say with no consequences. There ain't no rules, bro. But nowhere on the planet, as far as black folks go. Every other race got rules. We have none at all.
Wow. Well,
people are saying that's calling you a rat. They rats too.
Yeah, and then the rats end up getting all the clout once they rat start to unfold as a rat. To be honest, and it's just crazy, because it's done flipped, and that's wicked. That's when you turn something that's good evil. They call that a wicked furniture. It used to spin and twist. If you go back and think about it, it's wicked the way the world and changed. This whole snitching from a real, you kept it real and you hold it down, and Bobby Smurder, you held it down, but you're a clown for that. Now the rats, whoever the rats may be, they end up being the ones that's kind of running the game, and everybody on the internet is showing them love, and they the funniest, and everybody happy to deal with the rat.
They got 90 million views. They got 100 million views. Everybody is glorifying these weak dudes, and like real ones, you get 2 views, maybe a question mark or a laughing face. So I'm amazed that that our survival is what it is.
Wow. Well, hey, OG, I know you got a lot going on, but man, guys, y'all got to check this out, man. Get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think, man. Is the lawyer telling the truth? Is Pooh Shiesty?
No, the lawyer is not telling the truth.
Who's telling the truth in this? Who's
ain't nobody
only one that we see is solid to me is Pooh Shiesty, because he just getting out, minding his business. He ain't speaking on none of this crap that's going on the internet. Shout out to Pooh Shiesty. I'm gonna be like Gucci and Boosie. Welcome home, man. We glad you made it out. And no matter what you went through.
With the truth. That's the man with the truth. He did his time and he got out. Everybody else, his lawyer and everybody else commenting on what he did. He did his time. He ain't got no crime partner, so he didn't tell on nobody.
Wow, man. I want to say, man, guys, y'all know already what the business is. Anytime you look up, it's always this or that. Well, here it is, We see what it is every time somebody get out of jail. It's a lot of hoopla, and I guess that's the new way things are going now, man. But if you're still watching, check this out right here, man. If you're checking us out, check this out. This old boy from Family Matters, man. Hey, he going through it, man. He going through it, Darius. He going through it. So you better check him out. Me and OG just spoke about it. Boss Talk 101, man. Reviews.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.